Cancer friends, thank you for joining me. Tarot, my love. We're doing the single spread for the second half of May, pre-shuffled. Um, couldn't get to the beach today, so let's see what we got for our super singles and our totally single Cancer friends. I say because in this reading we're looking for your soulmate, so it's going to be someone you probably haven't met yet. You don't know, is how I envision it. You've been busy with your life. That's fine. But now you've got a little moment out. You're available. We're opening up a runway at the airport. We're allowing your soulmate to finally land because they've been circling and circling because you've been busy doing other things and other people. And now you're available. We're going to meet them. Try to get to know them a little bit to the point where maybe if you were to meet him, go out with him, you'd be able to recognize him. So. And we look at the four pillars of relationship, kind of do the spread that way. I designed it. Look at the emotional and intellectual, and then we look at their sexual and love energy and their lifestyle and core values. So we're going to start here with the emotional aspect, and this is going to be the Seven of Swords. I'm going to do 9 card draw here, and the Five of Pentacles, and we're going to do the Page of Wands. Okay, make sure we can see this. Okay, yeah. Okay, go up here a little bit. So let's look at their intellectual too. The Fool. It's a little different reading. So if you read along, give me a minute because so far I don't have anything too scary here. Seven of Swords, but this is not them cheating or lying. It's not that kind of read. This is your person. We're assuming that they're right for you. Okay. We're just trying to identify them and see how they click. Okay. And this here will have the sexual and relationship, and we'll have their core values here. Let me stop here and look at your person. So they struggle with self-esteem. Um, this in the emotional part. We're going to go back to childhood. It's not really about their past relationships. Although, funny how that works. How it kind of all you look at the natal chart, you're almost kind of set up for life on where you're going to be in terms of relationships. Um, so there's probably some abandonment issues. I don't see this being like really terrible here. Thank God. And there are a lot of people that had a less than ideal relationship in with their mom and dad and everything. But there'd be some lack mentality, this feeling of not being good enough. Emotionally, the Seven of Swords is kind of that what do you call it? Hypervigilance too. In emotionally, kind of worried that the next shoe is going to drop. Feeling that maybe when things are going good, watch out. They may have been in childhood serially abandoned, or mom or dad, wasn't always there for them when they needed them. Um, so they didn't get a real good solid sense of self-esteem from them. Um, and then the Page of Wands shows that emotionally, it's not about immaturity. This is at the deepest level of their psyche. There's like a resilience to them. They may, if they haven't done work with an inner child, they probably would really benefit from it. It's like there's a resilience deep down, positivity deep down. There's someone that doesn't let difficulties bring them down, difficult relationships bring them down. They don't become cynical and mean or bitter. I don't see age here so far. So this could be a younger person, adult, younger adult. I don't really know. Um, what they might tell you, but I think this is a person, like when you meet them, they're just going to be very pleasant, kind of a younger feel to them, whether they're younger or not, like a perkiness, what can I say, uh, that they would have about them. Um, and intellectually, with the Fool and the Five of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, I'm seeing if I could pull any moon from this. I get Scorpio Moon. I would really look for a Scorpio Moon. I think that'll probably say a lot about them. I mean, even the moon, it's you really got to look at all the aspects and everything. But uh, there's a peculiarities about I can't talk. It's peculiar. uh, I've married at 25 years, someone with Scorpio moon. So I mean, it's sort of like the hyper vigilant moon emotionally. They're just like a spider's web of sensitivity, and they don't forget. That's the one thing about Scorpio moons. I think they might have the best memories. You know, the moon is the mind. The moon's not the mind. No, it's the mind, the unconscious mind, but where a lot of memories are stored. And they're the kind of people that, they may tell you a story. It's like, I remember on June 4th, 1974, at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and my mom was, yeah, that kind of thing. So they'll say that to you 30 years from now. Oh, you make me so mad. I remember 30 years ago on a Tuesday when you said this. And you can't argue with them because you don't remember what happened 30 years ago. Um, but intellectually, it's like I think they're really open minded. They're probably going to be, um, they'll probably like kind of, they might say, I'll try anything once. I'm a person that'll try anything once. That goes with the Page of Wands. Um, like, in spite of all of the stuff they've been through, I mean, they have a very sweet, outgoing personality. Um, Not a real big personality. They might just come off as being kind of young, even if they're not. Like people may kind of just for some weird reason, like sort of treat them like they're young, like give them advice and stuff, and they may be okay with it. Be like, oh yeah, yeah, thanks a lot. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like people do that to me. I'm like, you don't even know me. Why do you think that you could give me advice right now? I mean, it's kind of annoying, but they might like it. They like kind of that energy. But with the Seven of Pentacles, it could look for like a Virgo Mercury. We're going towards the Virgo here, Leo, but you're capable of discernment too. And I think with the Five of Cups here, with the Fool, is they don't let things. This is maybe how they don't let this all get them down. They just don't let things get them down. I'm not sure what they do. But you've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, and this is in the emotional part, and you've got the thoughts here. So with the Seven of Pentacles, it's almost like they could do some kind of ritual, a little OCD. They might be a little. A lot of people are OCD. Like I'm a little Aspie. I think people don't realize it. You're on the scale, because you think of Sheldon or something. Well, I'm not a genius, and I'm not like a crazy person, but you know, I'm a little crazy and socially have issues, and so this would be someone that just um, mentally they're be calculating a lot. It's almost like a don't step don't on a crack break your mother's back kind of energy. Um, and they're probably weighing things out a lot too. So they would listen more than they would talk for sure. They're going to listen more than they're going to talk. And I think they would really listen, like to the point where, like, if you lost track, they would immediately speak up and say, "Well, no, you were saying point number one was blah blah blah, and two was blah blah blah, and you were on point number three, which is blah blah blah," and you're like, "Oh, oh, yes, right, right." But I mean, remember everything. Remember the details. Um, and I think they can focus really well too. Their mind. That's like a Virgo Mercury, because they don't like if they need to sit down and focus on something, they can immediately put everything out of their mind and completely focus on it. In fact, there's really with this, it's like with the Fool, there's an ability to be in the moment at the same time that they're being hyper vigilant. It's like they're really in the moment. They're in the moment and they're fully there, but they're also like aware, hyper aware of everything around them, their environment. It's all, hypervid's like threat assessment. It's like constant threat assessment. You're a little child. There's not a lot you can do to react to these environments that are difficult. And one thing you can do is constantly, hello me, you constantly assess the threat level. It's like when you're an abused child, you already understood the threat level codes, long before terrorism. You know, you were at code red. Mom would bring home somebody, and you would know, like, oh, they're going to be a mean drunk. Code red. I'm going to go out and play for the rest of the night. So it's like that. They're a little bit in that energy kind of all the time. So listening very attentively, listening for understanding, possibly understanding more than you say. Like they're the kind of person you would talk to them and they would listen and they would say back to you and maybe say, I don't know, you said such and such, and I wonder if you didn't such and such, and you might go, oh my God, I never thought of that. That's so right, because they're very good at catching things and figuring things out and fixing things. Virgo energy there. Sexually, Queen of Wands, we'll take that here. Um, Queen of Cups, I mean. Very good for sexually. Four Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So, huh. If this is a man, I mean, they might be very big, well endowed. Just saying. This is their core values and lifestyle. Have the Moon and Judgment and the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords down here in the page. It's like over time, I mean, they've done a good job of sort of coming out of their shadow and being themselves and coming out of their shadow with the least amount of damage. Their shadow work. Um, Here with the Ace of Wands and then the Eight of Wands. Um, the Four of Pentacles. Emotionally, this Queen of Cups here shows that it kind of relates to this, maybe what this Five of Cups is in the intellect, because it always goes back to the sex in the Five of Pentacles. No accident, they're both here. Um, in that they need sex to feel good. So if that's bad, this I didn't say they're perfect. I said they're your person. So you've got a Mercury in Virgo, Leo, Cancer. They could have a Cancer Venus here, and maybe a Leo Mars. I'm getting that, but emotionally, in terms of love, very emotional, very supportive, emotionally available, comfortable being vulnerable, open to your emotions, open to their own emotions. And there's a real combination here of passion and emotional. So it's like imagine like a Cancer in general, like Mars. I mean, they're going to make love with a lot of emotion, a lot of holding, take your time, kissing and stuff. Whereas a fire sign, sex is going to be like the door. It gets slammed shut with your ankle, and by the time you hit the bed, your clothes are already off, and you're already pregnant, before you actually hit the bed. So there's like a combination of that too. Um, and with the Four of Pentacles, I got a feeling like they're gonna maybe after sex they might cry, they might feel vulnerable. So keep that in mind. They may not be exactly aware of this. Um, that again, when the abuse comes into the body, it's harder sometimes to get rid of than the mind. So like after you make love, they just might need an extra reassurance. They're not going to want to make love and then have you immediately get up and go make dinner or something like that, or give them a minute, do some cuddle time. So I think that's what that's going to be. And they may need a little minute to like put themselves back together, because I think sex, they might really put themselves all into it here. I mean, that might be where really where they let it come out. You know, um, you won't know that till it happens. And I think that someone has a healthy sexual appetite, probably had plenty of partners or something like that, normal for whatever their age would be um, there. Now, in their lifestyle and core values, follow that dream comes to mind. There's someone that has, with the moon here, I don't see that as being hidden. I see that kind of as like the unconscious, but it's in the fully conscious position. It's like this is someone who's very aware, self-aware. Like it, there's they may it'd be interesting if they don't really understand this dynamic sexually, because it implies that they would, and because it's above judgment. So early in life, maybe, or as they were becoming a young adult, that sixth house in astrology, the adolescence time frame, college, young adulthood, where you're discerning in your life and discerning what you want in a partner. Um, I think they got a lot of insight into their life purpose with the judgment. It reminds me of some psychics I've worked with as an astrologer. I had the pleasure of working with in some groups that were all psychics and energy workers. And I noticed with a lot of them that were really obviously very real and very talented, at a very young age, they were already working on their North Node energy, like pretty much doing it. Many of us at the age 61, I'm just barely walking up to my North Node energy, my destiny and life purpose. It's like the last thing we want to do seems to be that. But with these people, that's kind of the impression I'm getting here. They get it early. They align themselves with their life purpose early. They get it. They're like, here to heal. I'm here to love. I'm here to grow. I'm here to help. I'm here to conquer. Whatever it is, they align themselves with it. Eight of Wands, they're really able to take action, the Ace of Wands. So, expect this person to say to you also, we're going away for the weekend. I'm picking you up after work on Friday. And as a matter of fact, I packed your bag because I know what you leave and let's go. I know what you do. Let us do it. Somebody that's capable of being very spontaneous. They're only going to do what they love. They don't like, if you were to say to them, well, we have to go to the Miller's party this afternoon, because they're on the school board and the this and the that, and they're like, honey, I don't go to people's parties out of obligations. I go because I want to go, and I want to be with them and have a relationship, and then I go with gusto, you know. But I get the feeling like they're not someone is going to want to do what they don't want to do too. So that could be too a little bit sexually. Like if they don't want to do something, they're not going to do it. If they don't want to be tied up, they don't care how much you want to tie them up. They're not going to let you tie them up. I'm not saying that that's an issue with them. I get a little bit of that with the Four of Pentacles. Like they could like that. Maybe it's getting kind of maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't even know they like being a little bondage. And maybe you do that with them, and they suddenly realize like, wow, it really turns me on. That kind of energy. Um, but I think they'd be like extremely active too. But again, only active doing things that are really meaningful to them. They don't do things that they would consider a waste of time. Um, the time and effort to them. So there's a kind of conservativeness about them, not in their politics. I think they might be discerning. Again, getting some Virgo energy. Could have Virgo sun here, guys, which is a good match for Cancer anyway, by sun. So let me know, guys, if you relate to this. Appreciate anything you can tell me. Give me a like. It's easy. It's good karma. What the heck? And I appreciate everyone subscribing. Helps a lot. Do want to get to 1,000 so we can start doing this live. It's been a lot easier this morning. I would had been able to do the readings at the beach, because I wouldn't have these technical issues. Just go live and let it roll. Plus, you get to see me make mistakes live, which I'm a Sagittarius. I can do it. I don't mind. It's my process. Mistakes are my process.